Hey, what's up, family? Just thought I'd check in with everybody. Um, Hope you're all doing well as can be. Woke up this morning, had Renesha on my mind, and I actually spoke again today with Detective Montalvo. I believe I got his name right. Had a pretty good conversation with him today. I've been trying to keep up with him as much as I could, but I've been getting a hold of him on the regular, and trying to get an update on Renisha's case. And I don't know if I'm telling you anything that you already know, but I guess another briefing won't do no harm, right? Since we all crave justice. But as of today, when I spoke to the guy, he actually told me something that I hadn't heard yet. And what he told me was that what they're now in the process of doing is getting her Facebook information, Messenger and all that other stuff. I don't know what all to call it, because when we were talking, and when I mentioned to him that what I saw her last Facebook post was October the 9th, and he told me that around that time that they had gotten a hold of her phone records. Not at that time, but her phone records, and the last communications that she had was around that time with whoever parties that they're looking at. And so he told me that, but he said aside from that, he thinks that there might be more communications after that October the 9th Facebook public post, private type messenger communications with whomever, and also with her phone. He says that after that, it looks like there was some phone activity, like somebody was using their phone after the fact. So they're looking into that to see what numbers were called and that kind of thing, or text or what have you. I gotta admit, I told him that I heard, through the grapevine, like the last person that was supposedly to be with her was dude Raymond Shaw. That's what I heard through the grapevine. And he said that they looked at that guy, and he gave me the impression that the guy's still in the hunt as far as suspects or what have you. They haven't negated him 100%. According to him, when they actually talked to the guy more than once, according to him, the guy did say that he communicated with her at that time around October the 9th. But I guess they were supposed to hang out. But when he tried to see if it was going to happen, something about, she said she had something else going on. So he supposedly didn't go over to her place. And yeah, I mean, part of me doubts that. But, I'm not the detective, right? They say sometimes when things happen, there are times when it could be somebody you least suspect that can do these kind of heinous things. But I found it peculiar that supposedly that's the last guy somebody seen her with, or she supposedly had should have been with. Also, when they say that looks like somebody tried to clean up the mess after they desecrated her body, somebody tried to clean up the mess. Coincidentally, I looked at this guy's page, and coincidentally, he has a cleaning business. Also, well, you know the nature, the multiple stab wounds. I kind of combed through this dude's page, and he has a picture of two people that are under the guise that they're friends, and they have one arm around each other, but one of the characters in the picture has a huge knife behind his back, as if to say, you can't always trust somebody who you think is a friend because they'll stab you in the back. How ironic is that, right? And we were talking about all that stuff, and he seemed kind of surprised, not really about the cleaning business thing, but also about the picture that I told him I saw on this dude's page. But he talked about that dude. He talked about a couple other dudes, including one dude that's supposedly now out of state. But he gave me an impression that certain things were moving forward, although he did say these things take time. And I mean, I'm a grown man, I know nothing works like on TV, but I just thought I'd fill you guys in again. I don't mean to be redundant. You may have heard everything that I've just mentioned, know everything that I just mentioned, but I just thought I'd check in, and I'm gonna keep checking in with this dude, this detective Montalvo. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it. That being said, in case you're wondering about the little display here, I actually set this up right after I got home after the funeral. I don't know if you want to call it an altar or a shrine or what have you, whatever you want to call it. But it's my own brand of religious practice. And in my mind, it's to give a boost, an energy boost to the process of justice, bringing this killer to justice. Again, some of y'all probably know that I don't identify like I used to the whole Christianity thing, the way we were brought up and taught. And the only reason why I don't is because I actually read the Bible, and I discovered, or it was revealed by way of the Bible, all these wrongful, backwards things that we were taught that we thought were golden. And then upon further investigation, when I discovered the ratio of Christians that read the Bible versus the ones that don't, it blew my mind. Let's just say a high percentage, in the low 90s, don't read the Bible or haven't read or studied it as they should. Definitely not cover to cover. And that was disheartening for me. So when I understood a whole lot of things backwards from what I was taught, I didn't really feel, some kind of way like I'm in the wrong. But okay, you see this little display, this shrine, altar, whatever you want to call it. You notice the baby picture of Renesha, and that's symbolism for her innocence. We all know that she didn't deserve this. And then right next to the left, there's a picture, adult Renesha. She's a beautiful girl. That represents Renesha. She grew up, and like everybody else, like all of us, she's in this world and she's figuring out her way in this world, figuring out her own way, and making her own path until some demonic idiot or some idiotic demon cut it short. And yeah, but the grown adult Renesha is for the sake of that path continuing, so to speak, at a greater level of life. So she's still alive and well, although she's not bound by this earthly matrix. And this particular display, I have two actually. I'll show you the other, but I'm gonna do another video for the other one because I think it's best that I show y'all that one during the day. But this display right here is set up in a window that faces directly north. And you know what's so cool about this house that I live in? My house is positioned perfectly. Like I have this window that's positioned facing straight up north, and I have another window downstairs, well upstairs too, but facing directly east, and which I'll hip y'all to that one later, to the display, because I have two displays. But this one in the north window, it represents the north being the head, the south is the tail or the head and the foot, but the north being the head. So this is indicative of her being in the foreground of my mind, never consciously letting go of her memory and the plight for justice, her plight that is, seeking justice. So that's what that's about. Then you have the crucifixes, and two of them are filled with the salt, and salt is for the purification process, purification of the process, so justice won't be hindered. The process will go as it should, it will progress as it should, ultimate resolution and justice and vindication. So we got to purify the process. You see a little bit up above the golden crucifix, the gold representing the the perfect path, the perfect layout for everything to transpire with no demonic influences. And up above that, you see, hopefully you can see it, behind the gold cross is the sapphire rod, indicative of the legendary sapphire staff of Moses, which, in my personal opinion, I think that's where the idea of the magic wand actually came from. I can't prove that. I've looked into it, but that's what I think. I think the whole magic wand thing came from the legendary sapphire staff of Moses. So we got the sapphire staff to, ward off the negative forces and bring us home the justice. And although she's at peace in a better place, we're still here. So technically, in so many ways, the justice is more so for us. But anyway, don't mean to be long-winded, but just letting y'all know what's going on and that kind of thing. And if you think about it, this coming Sunday, y'all light a candle for Renesha, okay? Light a candle. And love y'all. Do y'all best to stay safe. And God bless all of y'all.